Alright, so everybody missed my intro because I forgot how to use YouTube apparently. Welcome to Sim Racing Mania's GT3 series, guys. Everybody, I apologize for the little mishap at the start. You guys didn't get to hear the Diddy Kong music or whatever. But we are at Zandvoort for the test race of the Sim Racing Mania GT3 series. I want to see if Colin and Jack are back in here. Let me just check. Nope, they're not in, so we're going to be watching some of the other guys go around. This is just test race, so basically it's for the guys as we watch a BMW do some donuts. This is just for the guys to get a feel for the car and for the stewards and stuff and the Sim Racing Mania guys to figure out what cars need to be BOP'd, balance performance, so that they can slow them down or speed them up or whatever, right? So we got a lot of BMWs, a lot of Ferraris. There's a few Corvettes. There's actually, I think there's like 4 or 5 of them, with Jack and Colin being 2. There's a couple Porsches. There's 1 Mercedes AMG car, 1 Bentley, couple of the Audi R8s. However, the 1 AMG is probably, I'm going to be biased here, but the AMG is my favorite livery because it's the anime weeb livery, so I'm very, very happy that there's an anime livery out there. 1 Aston Martin, and there's a bunch of new people. Some of the names you guys are probably gonna recognize. When my timing box shows up, why is it not showing up all of a sudden? Let me refresh. There we go. I just had to refresh the overlay here. But yeah, there's a bunch of new names, a lot of names that we're going to recognize from last season, like Dennis Van de Ven, Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks is actually one of the guys that runs the series. Dennis Lysenko, Anti-Rassi, Dastan Ferroxad, Andy Birch, Thomas Hotzel, Bertil Wallen, Johan Carlson, Jonas Lagesson, Dino Foldetta, Jack, no, he's in the pit lane, Jack Jord, I'm going to say his last name wrong, Jordmania, Jordan Schwartz, Arcturus Kamal, and Antonella Mastro. There's a whole bunch in there that we recognize, and then there's also a bunch of names that we don't from last season, so it's going to be fun. I know Colin's going to miss a couple of the races due to work and personal life and such. I don't know about Jack, but I think we're going to be streaming all the ones that we can, just because the races happen while we're actually open for business, so we kind of have to be careful and make sure we have enough employees here if we're going to stream and Jack's going to race, right? We have to have somebody else here, but other than that, I think it's going to be fun. Jack and Colin are feeling very competitive. Lots of BMWs out there. Actually, where was he? Nah, he's still in the... This is my favorite livery, that Aston Martin, or the AMG that's in there. But yeah, Zandvoort, 14 corners. I mentioned all this in the thing before the stream even apparently went live because I'm a doughhead and forgot to push a button. Server's going to shut down a second here. That's why everybody's hopping out. Yeah. 14 corners, turns 3 and 14 are the super banked corners that we all love in F1 to help the guys get around. Massive passing opportunities are going to be going into turn 1, and possibly, I'm just trying to think of where I make my passes, possibly into turn 7, turn 8, somewhere in there. Turn 7? No, not turn 7. Turn 8, turn 9. That's going to be where some of the passing opportunities, maybe going into turn 11, just because it's a really hard breaking point. Maybe there, depending. So, but turn 1 and then turn 13, 14 are going to be, I think, are going to be your massive overtaking opportunities unless people make mistakes. So, and then qualifying times, we're looking at mid 1 minute 33s, and qualifying is 1 shot. So you get 1 lap. Well, you go out and you're on track for 3 laps technically, but you get your out lap, You get your one flying lap that you have to not screw up on, and then you have your in lap. That's all you have. They're not doing like a 10-minute qualifying or 15-minute qualifying. It's you go out for one lap, come back in, and then that's it. So we're going to see how that is. It's a rolling start. I'm just checking to see who's all out on track here. Somebody's finally out on track, so we're not looking at a boring screen. Happens to be a Corvette, so let's see how they do. And then when Colin and Jack get out there, I'll make sure I ride on board with them, because we want to make sure our boys do good. Colin's still in the pit lane. Oh, Jack's out. Let's go watch Jack. So like I said, Jack's got an out lap to warm up his tires, get a feel for the car as he goes into turn 3. And then he's got his hot lap, and he's got to come in the lap after his hot lap. So he basically gets a warm up, flying, cool down. So we'll see how Jack does, and I think Colin and Jack are gonna stagger their runs. So Jack's gonna go out and do his 3, and then Colin's gonna go out and do his 3. So we'll see where it puts everybody. Also, what's different this year is they're not using 2 times tire wear, which meant their tires wore out way faster. They're doing normal tire wear, so their tires are gonna wear like they normally would, but they are using 2 times fuel wear. So where some of these cars are using at normal fuel usage, they're using between 2.5 to 3.25 liters a lap. They're now going to be using 5 to 6 liters a lap. So it's going to be coming in and doing 2 pit stops as Jack comes around the last turn 14 to start his flying lap. Let's see how he does. We're going to go right on board with Jack right now. Let's go right on board. Nose cam. Into the hard braking point of T1. It's actually a lot longer than you think. Just a 180-degree turn. Make sure you run all that curb. A little bit of a brake, shift down, get the rotation, and then there's going to be a few lines through turn 3. It's going to be the high line with a double apex, the low line to keep the apex all the way around, or the middle line. It's going to be really interesting. Then we come through this fast, twisty section. It looks a lot slower in a GT car than it does in an F1 car, but hey, coming back down the hill, a little bit of a brake, shift down 1 gear, let it flow through, braking at about 75 mark, let it flow all the way out wide to the curb. Really hard braking zone for this turn as it pinches itself off a little bit sooner than you guys think. And we have the really long left-hander. Well done by Jack. Let it come all the way out wide. Use all the track. Then you want to get all the way back over to your left as soon as you can. Use this curb at the start of it. You want to be braking. Hit that curb and then just let it roll around this really slow left-hander before we come around the last 2 corners. And turn 13, which Jack's going through now, really sets up your turn 14, which sets up how good of a Jesus, I can't even talk today. How good of a turn 14 you're going to have before coming down the back straight to finish up. Let's see where this puts Jack. It's going to put Jack into P2 with a 33.9. That was an awesome lap by Jack. I think he was just getting on with Colin and saying that's a personal best lap time for him. That's a howler of a lap. That's second place by 2/10. That's an awesome lap. Now here we go with Colin. Colin is going to be fighting in a lot of these races. Colin's going to be fighting for top spots as people are joining in on while qualifying is going on, which is going to cause people to lag. So highly recommend when you join series, guys, do not join in when qualifying is taking place. It always screws people up. As more people come through for their qualifying, it's going to knock Jack down to 3rd place, but that's okay. Still solid 3rd place. That's awesome. And there are still other lap times coming in, and we're going to watch Colin do his out lap, and then we're going to see how he can do in his on his flying lap. So currently, Jack is sitting P4 until the rest of the guys come in. There's about 12 more cars that have to go out and do a lap. So, and being a one-shot qualifying, it's whoever can put down a really good lap. With Ben Sculian in the brand new GT3 M4 doing the only 32-second lap time, sub 32-second lap time with a 32.7. That's about half a second faster than Michael Brooks in the Ferrari. Colin just making sure he gets his tires nice and hot. Don't do anything rash. Coming into turn 12. Coming into turn 13. Let's ride on board with Colin. Let's see how he does. Coming around turn 14. Like I said, turn 13 sets up turn 14, so it makes or breaks the start of your lap. Turn 3 is also very important. Yeah, a little bit of a double apex. That's going to set him up nicely for this straight. Using the double apex line. Colin really likes that line going up wide. Through little twisty bits. This is a really fun section to do. The start of Sector 2 is really fun. So far so good, no bobbles. Really taking the tighter line, trying to keep the power down as much as you can. Oh, little bit of a slide there. That's okay, it's still going to be a solid lap, I think. Get nice and low in that banking corner. See how Colin does. He crosses the line. Where's that going to put him? Puts Colin into P2. That's going to give Colin a 33.1. Both just over 4/10. Now he's got his cool down lap. Let's go see who else is out on track here. Dennis Van de Ven. Hey, there's another name that we know very well. Had good battles with Jack and Colin last season. He's in the BMW this year. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of the drivers opting for the BMW. Just because it's brand new. Usually the brand new cars are a little bit overpowered. Just because they, Studio 397 wants to make a little bit extra money. So they make the cars a little bit more powerful than what they actually are. Just to get those extra sales. And then after a few weeks, they get BOP'd and bump back down. As more people start coming in, Colin is down into 4th place now with a few more people doing 32-second lap times. We got the leader on a 32.703, second place on a 32.745, and third on a 32.862. It looks like Dennis opting to just hit the escape button to get himself back in the pits faster. Oh! I'm actually glad we caught that on camera because that was kind of cool. Watching a Ferrari full send it into the... Nikolai's not going to do a... Doesn't look like some of these guys are doing laps. Dastan is out there doing his... I think he's just on his hot lap. Yeah, he's on his hot lap, so we're going to watch and see where Dastan and that Aston Martin can come. That beastly sounding Aston Martin. Nope. Comes into the pits. All right. Watelier in that McLaren. Stock livery McLaren. Of course, this is just test race. A lot of the guys are just going to be using stock liveries. So, if you guys hear me sniffling lots, it's because it's really freaking cold in this office. I'm bundled up like it's -40 outside. It is super cold in here. So if I'm sniffling, that's why. Alright, looks like everybody that's gonna put in lap times has put in lap times. So we got Anti-Rassi up in P1. Ben Schooling in P2, Andrea Zampini in P3, Colin in P4, Jordan Schwartz in P5, Mada Andinka in P6, Dennis Van de Ven in P7, Jos van der Sturen, who unfortunately had to choose a stock livery because the livery that he submitted is causing issues in the server. I'm wondering if it's because it's like shiny and chrome. We got Camille. I'm not going to try to say your last name, but he's a P9. And then we got Jack at a solid P10. So both of the Tracksvr drivers up in the top 10 for the start of this race. So now we're going to have just a quick warm-up. With that being said, I am going to go have a quick break for myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and I'll be right back.
Have you been locked up all year? Tired of the same old routine? We've got you covered at Tracksvr. We have 12 full-motion simulators incorporating VR technology to put you in the driver's seat of a race car. With our team of sim experts, we can help guide you whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. From Ferrari to AlphaTauri and all the teams in between, we've got the largest selection of F1 racing merchandise in Western Canada. We clean all the equipment before and after each use and disinfect all high touch points. Forget about the Zoom presentation on Monday. Forget about the holes in the wall for your kids' virtual soccer practice. Bring your future champions down here. We're open for retail viewing and product testing. We want to bring our passion for racing to you here at Tracksvr.
Alrighty, everybody. So, Just our little commercial there, talking about Tracksvr. If you guys are ever, if you're ever in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, definitely come down and check us out. Get to meet Jack. You might not get to meet Colin because he's just a customer. And he's on the race team, so yeah, you might not get to meet Colin unless you come in for like a hot lap event or whatever at the end of the month. But other than that, you probably get to meet Jack. So that's down that bright blue Aston Martin. Andrea Zampini in the Audi R8. Just van der Sturen. Also, another thing that is good to note, unlike last season, where you qualified on softs, you have to start the race on softs, or mediums, whatever tire you qualified on, you have to start the race on. They've changed it for this race. I don't know if it's going to be just for this race. I checked in the Discord, it looks like they will rectify it for the actual race one, but I'm not 100% sure. However, for this race, they have mentioned that, yeah, due to an error in the rules, tire choices open after qualifying. So if they qualify in the softs and they want to start the race in the mediums, they can do that or whatever, which is completely different than what everything else. And then it'll be adjusted in the rules for race one, is what they've said. So it's gonna be an interesting race. There's 28 drivers out there on track. I will let you know right now, I've been doing some racing at home, and the biggest grid I've had is 42 cars, and it is an absolute freaking nightmare. So yeah, if you guys race at home or whatever, and you've only done small lobbies of like 20 cars, yeah, you gotta do like a 40 car grid. It's absolute chaos, unless everybody understands what they're doing. So hopefully that's what happens today, is everybody understands what they're doing and what they're supposed to do, and nobody dies. Yeah, Colin and Jack are having their pit stop, so we're just gonna go out and watch these guys drive around, because, you know, why not? I want to watch something that's not the BMW though, because there's so many BMWs. Well, the only one that's out there is the R8 that I can find, so we're gonna watch the R8. Oh, McLaren. There we go. We'll watch a McLaren. We haven't watched a McLaren for a bit. I hope you guys are having a good... Oh, as we get people loading in. I freaking hate when people do that. At least they're loading in under warm-ups, so... Ferrari and a McLaren. Nice, nice, nice. And the elevation change at Zandvoort is going to be a big role too into passing and stuff. I keep feeling like somebody's standing right behind me. Couple minutes and then we're going to get to the race. Race is 1 hour and 15 minutes long. 1 mandatory pit stop. All the drivers are pretty much on the thought that they're going to have to do at least 2 pit stops because of the double fuel usage. So it's going to be interesting. The strategies that are going to come out are going to be very, very interesting. Hey, there's one of the liveries you can drive if you come here. The SMP Racing Ferrari livery. It doesn't get chosen very often because everybody wants the standard red livery or the white and pink and purple Sky livery that they don't have this season. That I haven't seen. They have a Sky sponsored Mercedes AMG this year that I watched in the 24 Hours of Spa. But come on, somebody go out and drive. I want to see people driving around the track. It's so boring when there's nobody out on the track. That's a nice looking Ferrari. I really like the details in that. in the swirls kind of go into the black and they kind of fade away. That's kind of cool. Another McLaren. We'll watch this Ferrari, see how they do. Everybody just out there. I think people are just getting their bearings, just keeping the practice down. Like, I have a race this weekend. I literally last night just did 100 laps. So these guys are the guys that really want it. They're usually doing 100 laps to 200 laps a day to try to get the lap times that they're getting. So if you're ever in a place where you're like, I can't squeeze any more time out of this, just look at those guys that are out there for hours trying to squeeze hundredths of a second, not just a second or a tenth of a second. They're literally squeezing out hundreds and thousands. Oh, as the server is going to reset into the race. That was really loud. Holy, that was loud. I keep forgetting about that. I'm going to have to keep that in mind. Of course, I haven't streamed a race here for a while, so let's go. We're going to ride on board with Colin, my boy, for the first little bit. Whoa. On that beautiful looking Corvette. Beautiful and mean looking Corvette. Hey, sharing a garage with a Ferrari. Look at him go. Alright, here we go. Trying to get a good angle of the car here. No, not that one. Alright, we'll just ride on board with the nose. They are doing a rolling start, so they do have safety car formation lap, which is good. I think they had standing starts last season. I'm not sure. But this season we actually have safety car rolling starts. So you see Colin there in 4th place. We're going to change this to show initial and last name. Should come up. No, it's not going to come up. Fine, be that way. Can we do first name? Yeah, we can do first name. That'll work. We're going to cycle this. That big bank corner, that's going to be an interesting one for the racing and stuff. It's going to be really, really fun to watch. The cars go too wide. It's kind of like NASCAR. They go 2 or 3 wide up that hill. And only one can really pull out. Maybe 2, depending on how confident you guys are, or the drivers are with each other. So we just have the boring part of watching a full formation lap around Zandvoort. At least it's not Le Mans. I hope they don't do a full formation lap at Le Mans. That's going to be a long lap. Basically, you'll put your fuel map onto the highest one, so you use the least amount of fuel, and then coming into the last 2 corners or last corner, you would put it onto your race mixture and you drive from there. So let me turn the cars down a little bit because they are loud. There's so many of them. BMWs, at least in the top 4 spots, there are 4 different manufacturers. On pole, we have the Porsche. 2nd place, we have the BMW M4. 3rd, we have the Audi R8. And then 4th with Colin, we have the Corvette. Jesus. When you see all the BMWs lining up behind the BMWs. Look at all the there's so many. But like I said, that's the most OP car right now because it just got released like a month and a half ago, I think, 2 months ago. And usually when they release a car, it's usually it's the more OP of all the cars, and then they BOP it back so that it's on par with everybody else. But they do that just to get more sales. Most video games do that. They make one thing way super overpowered and then the rest. There's a bunch of guys starting in the pits by the looks of it. I don't know if they just forgot to hit the drive button. Oh, no, we're starting to get... There's a little bit of lag in the background. Maybe that's what it is. That could be what it is. All right, here we go. Green flag. Oh, what? Jack got a penalty. I got to put this onto... I gotta put this onto this. Somebody got a penalty. I don't know if that was our Jack or if that was the other Jack, because there's two of them. But Colin with a good start. He's always complaining about his starts. He did lose one spot. That's better than losing two. Oh, yellow in sector 1 already. Somebody's been taken out. Let's go on board with Mr. Colin here because we come down the hill. That Audi looking, I don't know if that's just connectivity issues or what, but that Audi looks like he's all over the road. Top 5 still hanging out. Where's our boy Jack? Let's see where Jack is. Oh, bless me. Oh, Jack holding strong in P10 still. See what the gap is. Yeah, he's only half a second behind that Ferrari. Holding strong. It's early in the race. We've only completed one full race lap, so we got another hour and 13 minutes to go. Lots of time. He's got that BMW hot on his heels. I think both drivers opted to start on the medium tires, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm trying to stay out of their strategy so I don't leak anything. Just trying to see where the other battles are. Looks like Colin's keeping a half-second gap, but they're starting to fall away from the lead group. Michael Brooks is pulling away from 4th and 5th, but he's kind of stuck in no man's land. He has about a 1.5 gap to the cars in front and a 2.5 gap to the cars behind, so he is just getting his bearings and stuff. This first race, everybody's got to get their bearings. Colin's Corvette. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Yes, Colin and Jack are both driving the same color car. Like I said, I don't know if that is a mix-up on the server end, or Colin with the full send up the inside on T1 makes it stick. I don't know if that Audi just braked way too soon or what it was, but that was a nice move by Colin. Now let's see if he can pull away and try to catch up to the lead cars. Like I said, Colin's going to be pushing for wins this year, and he knows how good Anti-Rassi is. Ben Sculian, I don't remember from last season, so it's going to be interesting to see how good he does as he's dropping back a little bit from Anti-Rassi, but we all know from last season how fast Anti-Rassi is. So Colin doing a good job. Jack is still keeping up with this Ferrari. He's not letting him out of his sights. That BMW hot on their heels too. Jack having a phenomenal race. We had a great race yesterday. Me and Jack, we did some 93 F1s at Silverstone in the rain, and I caught him. We did a quick like 4 or 5 lap shootout. I caught him, and then I had a bad start. I caught up to him and then spun myself out and then spent the next 2 laps catching back up. But he did a good job. He raced nice and consistent, so if he can take that into today, he's laughing. The BMW, I think, has a little more top-end speed than the Corvette, but if Jack can keep him behind him in the corners, there's only one really long straight where that BMW is going to be able to catch up. So Colin's got a 2-second gap to 3rd place, and then Michael Brooks in 3rd has a big 2-second gap up there too. Oh, there we go. And there's a shot of my favorite livery. Yes, I am an anime geek. That is why I like that livery. Dastan and the Aston Martin's got a nice little battle with the Ferrari behind him of Valerio Margarito. Both drivers that our boys raced against last season, so good to see some familiar names. I can't say faces because I don't actually know what any of these guys look like, but hey. Johan Carlson in that Corvette, that black with the green highlight, that is actually a really cool livery. Could have had a little bit more detail to it, but it's nice and simple. It gets the job done. Oh, the other Jack in the other Corvette, the stock livery Corvette, is catching up to this Audi R8 here in front of him. Oh, there must have been a big crash behind Colin. Oh, maybe not. It's just my timing glitched out. It said there was a 5-second gap behind Colin, so I thought somebody crashed behind him, but no, all is well. Everybody's still in one piece. We got another battle. 2 BMWs going at it. Jordan Schwartz and Dennis Van de Ven. Jordan trying to break the toe. Oh, Dennis trying the outside line in T1. It's not quite going to work. Colin's pulling up he's gained a lot of time on Michael Brooks. That 2-second gap has come down to about 1.3 seconds. Colin's doing awesome. Jack here trying to hold off that BMW. He's losing a little bit of time to the guys in front, to P9 in front of him, but he's doing good. He's holding off that BMW. Solid top 10 will be a good finish for Jack. So, and they are close. Yeah, BMW is poking his nose, telling Jack that he's there, trying to force it. Gets a little bit squirrely coming out of that corner. Going into turn 10. Jack caught up to that Ferrari under braking. I know the Corvette has some of the most unreal braking potential. You can really gain a lot of time in the braking zones in that car. Like I said, this is a long race. Pit strategy is going to come into play because, as I said, possibly going to be doing 2, maybe 3 pit stops for some people. So I think the second pit stop is just going to be almost like a splash and dash where you only put half a tank of fuel in the car, and then you're going to be going from there. Oh, yellow in sector 2. Who spun out? Doesn't look. I can't see who spun out. Oh, slow car ahead. That Porsche was pretty slow. Riding on board with Michael Nizio, with Bertil Wallen in that Porsche right in front of him, and then Massimo Sorelli in the Corvette in front of him. The Porsche sliding out just a little bit on exit. Oh, Jack Germania has come into the pits. He must have had to serve a drive-through penalty. You want to be careful in the exit line. You don't want to cross over it too quick. Jack's made it up into P3. He made it past that Ferrari. So now he's got some breathing room. He's got a good 2-second gap behind, but he's got a 3-second gap in front, so he has lots of air to push. And the 2 BMWs of Van de Ven and Schwartz are going at it still. There's Jack in the background there, Jackaboy. How's Colin doing? Colin's caught right up to Michael now. Let's go on board with Colin, see if he can catch up. Michael Brooks being one of the guys that puts on this series. So big thanks to him. Lots of work, lots of effort goes into setting something like this up, managing all the behind-the-scenes stuff as well as wanting to race. That's a big commitment, lots of work for him. So I don't know how much time he has to practice, but hey. Anti-Rassi is just on a tear. We'll go on board him in a second, see what happens between Colin and Michael here. Coming into these next couple technical corners. Michael looked like he's sliding a little bit, kicking that back end out. Really want to late apex this one. Yeah, get a good exit. Coming in turn 11, 12. Hard braking point of 11. Hear those gears go down fast. And let it rotate. Power out. Colin wanting that podium real bad. Yeah, they are losing about 0.2 of a second per lap to Ben Sculian up there in second place in that BMW that just went around turn 1. And then Anti-Rassi is just on another level all by himself here in the Porsche. He's just loving it. I do believe he drove the Porsche last season too, so obviously really has a good relationship with it. I am having some major frame drop issues. What is going on? Let's see if that fixes things. There we go. Yeah, I had a lot of frame issues there, guys. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. We just all of a sudden got a lot of frame lag. Should be fixed now. We should be okay. Colin's still put under pressure on Michael. Jackaboy has caught up a little bit to Jordan Schwartz and Dennis Van de Ven. Dennis Van de Ven has made it past Schwartz now, so he's all by himself. He's got a 6-second gap to 7th or 6th place in front of him, so he's got a lot of work to do. And this Bentley, the lone Bentley on the track, is pushing for a P5 early on in this race, keeping up with that Audi R8, the big Boatley as we like to call it. Driver from Monaco. He's got the Monaco flag on that car. Lots of good battles going on. Oh, let's go to this battle. The McLaren sending up the inside. Ferrari's got to give space. Can the Ferrari get the cutback though? Nope. Oh, Porsche in the background there gets a little bit squirrely with the Ferrari catching up to him. This is Mirko Fortuna with Camille right behind him in that Ferrari. And then we got Lagesson and Faldetta behind them having a good little battle too. Oh, looks like we've got a three-way battle here. We got a Ferrari. The Ferrari of Michael Nizio on the butt end of the Massimo Cirelli Corvette. And they're catching up to Colin fourth. Another Colin in that Corvette, or the Porsche, sorry, in front of them. So good little three-way battle between these guys. Let's get the battle box up on here. The Corvette going a little bit wide. Nizio going to try to get the cutback. Can he get it? Nope, not quite. Corvette of Cirelli doing a good job parking it right on the apex. Oh, here we go. Here comes the move. The dive bomb. No, he thought twice. Backed out. Didn't realize how good that Corvette was under braking. He's gonna have to try again in turn 1. Let's see if he can get close enough to get another shot at it going into turn 1, or if that Corvette's going to get a nice draft off the Porsche in front of him. No, he's not gonna be quite close enough. With that Corvette being so good under braking, it's gonna be hard to beat him into a corner. He's gonna have to force a mistake. Taking a little bit too much curb. Jackaboy is right on the butt end of Jordan Schwartz here. Let's see what he can do. I'm going to pop over to Colin for a quick second just to see. Both race against both of these gentlemen, so it's going to be a good little fight. The sound of that Corvette coming out of those corners is so nice. Turn the engine up just a little bit so you guys can hear a little bit better. Jack's pointing his nose. He's making them aware that he's here. That Corvette's so good under the brakes. Under the brakes? On the brakes. Like I said, I can't speak today, guys. I apologize. Oh, yellow in sector 1. No, it wasn't. I was going to say it looked like it was anti-Rassi, but I don't think it was. Is Jack going to go for the move? No, he's just poking his nose. Just making him aware. Oh, he did force the BMW to make a little bit of a mistake. Jack's just got to keep his patience. This BMW is going to make another mistake somewhere. Jack's really putting the pressure on Jordan. And Colin's putting the pressure on Michael. Both of our drivers not giving in to anybody this season. I'm going to be swapping back and forth here a little bit because this is heating up between the two of them. Michael Brooks and Colin are now almost 5 seconds behind second place, so the more they fight, the more that gap is going to become bigger. And Jordan Schwartz here and Jack Boy are losing time to Dennis Vandevin in front of them too. Jack losing a little bit of time. He's going to have to just back off, cool his tires down, and then take another shot at it next lap. Unless he can stay tight coming out of turn 13. Oh, Anti-Rassi's had a mistake. Sculian's caught right up. That gap has come down quite a bit. Colin opting for the high line to get the nice cut down to get a good stretch out on this long straight here. Colin smart. This is not an area you want to pass on. You can. It's very sketchy. One of you will die, or both of you will die all the time, every time. Colin, I think, might try to make a move for it in one of these next few corners. He's close. I'm just keeping my eye on the timing of how far Jack is away from Schwartz behind or in front of him. The Ferrari of Michael Brooks is doing a good job parking that car right in the apex so Colin can't get past. We're now up to a 5.5 second gap to second place. These two are losing so much time. Colin's got to get past. Jacoboy's still doing good. He's still holding strong. Jack's got a solid P9 right now. He's about 3 seconds ahead of 10th place, so he's got a good gap. Let's see if Colin can get a good draft off of Michael here. Michael's going to cover off the inside. Going to force Colin to try to take the outside line. It's so hard to pass on the outside. You can do it, but it's very difficult. Oh, Dastan getting a penalty as we saw there at the top. These guys are having such good battles, man. See how close those cars are together. Nose to tail. As we start to come back down the hill. I don't want to. I'm gonna wait until after turn 1 if Colin can get past before turn 1. I don't want to miss it. Jack's still hanging on. He's half a second behind Jordan still. So he's still keeping that gap. He's got to be mindful of his tires too. They're both having such good battles, guys. This is for P3, and then Jack's in the battle for P8. I don't think Colin's quite close enough to make a move, but we'll see. No, he's just taking a peek, getting out of the draft, just breaking the toe just a little bit to allow his braking to be a little bit stronger. As we all know, you got to brake sooner when you... Jackaboy's going to see. Let's see if Jackaboy can make a move going to turn 1. He's going to try the outside line. Jordan covering off the inside. Is Jack going to make it stick on the outside line? Oh, he's a little bit wide. Jack's making it stick. Oh, it's a good fight. Oh, no! That's okay. They're both going straight. Jordan Schwartz with the good gentleman rules. Well done on Jordan. That was very well done on Jordan to allow Jack past. Well done to Jack. Let's go back on board with Colin for a second. Colin's lost a little bit of time, but he might be pulling off, backing off just to save his tires. Let's go on board with Whoa, what happened there? Go on board with Jonas in that red and black Porsche. Battling with Camille here in the red and black Ferrari. And then we got the red and black Ferrari with the stock livery Ferrari battling right behind them. Yeah, Colin looks like Colin's just backing off just a little bit, just to let his tires cool down, so he can make another push to go after Michael. They've also allowed. My timing is all over the place. Andrea Zampini has also caught up to that battle for third place. So, and they're coming into lap traffic now. That's not fun. Things are going to start to get a little bit hairy now. Oh, pit strategy. Maybe a little bit early to pit. I think 20 minutes in. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's good. I'm just checking to see if there's any other battles on track here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh, Nikolai in the AMG with the Porsche of Colin fourth. Nikolai easily making that pass coming out of turn 14 in that AMG. Yes, I'm biased. I really like that livery, okay? Leave me alone. Colin's in a little bit of a oh, somebody off track there. Lots of dust getting kicked up. Looks like we've had our first DNF. Jack Jormania. I don't know if Colin. It looks like Colin's just trying to save tires. It's going to be a three-way battle for fourth place now, unless Colin can bring this pack up with Michael. That battling took Michael Brooks from 3 seconds behind Ben to 6.7 seconds. And Ben is actually catching up with all this lap traffic holding up anti-Rassi. It's actually allowing... oh no, Dino Faldato with a penalty. Oh, excuse me. The lap traffic is actually allowing Sculian to catch up. Oh, and then he gets held up by the Ferrari. Jack's got a lot of work to do. He's pulled out a second gap to Jordan behind him. He's got lots of work to do. Little bit of a bobble on the grass there. That's okay. He's got a lot of work to do to catch up to Dennis Van de Ven. He's got a 5-second gap to that car in front. Although behind, we got Mirko and Jordan in a nice little, getting to be a close little battle. There's about 7/10 behind between these two. And it looks like pit strategies are going to start to come in as we get the 50-minute warning. I have not talked this much in a long time. Holy. Oh, the Bentley of Mania Gt3 has had a little bit of a bobble by the looks of it. Lost a couple tenths. Not really any. Oh, Jonas is caught up. Look at this three-way battle. Two teammates in the teammate Ferraris. Michael and Camille in the red and black Ferraris have got Jonas Lagesson sandwiched between them. This is literally a red and black car fight. That's really weird. You got three cars, all the same color. Let's see if that Ferrari can get a good draft off that Porsche. Catches up pretty good under braking. Colin has come into the pit lane. I don't even know where the heck he went. He dropped down my standing board so fast. Jordan Schwartz is caught back up to Jack. Boy, Jack's tires might be getting a little bit worn. All that fighting. I'm surprised that 29 cars and 20 in about 25 minutes. Only one car's DNF'd. Props to everybody in the race so far. That's awesome. I'm gonna turn the cars down just a hair there, just so I'm not yelling over top of the cars. 1v1 battle. Let's see if it pops up here for us. Yeah. There's your gap. Jack going a little bit wide. That's fine though. Can't complain about that. That's a good line. Let's go on board with Ben. Yeah, the flashing lights off of the Porsche of Anti-Rasti are starting to tell these. Oh, and Ben gets held up by the BMW. The back marker, no. I know how that feels. That sucks. When you know you're catching up and then all of a sudden you get held up by a back marker because they're not paying attention. Yeah, it sucks. Although it is up to the back marker to stay on their racing line and the passing car to pass them safely. So it's not up to the back marker to get out of the way. Like right away. Like if you're a back marker and you get caught in this section that they're in right now, you just say too bad and let the guy stay behind you. You're not going to move out of the way in a place like that where one small thing could happen. It would be like here, you would just get in tight, let the guy go around you on the outside. Oh, Dastan got DQ'd. I wonder what he got DQ'd for. I know having two Jack catching up to the back markers now, having two different tire compounds on at the same time is an automatic disqualification. So that might have been what happened, but we will see. Can't see anything in the stewards. We'll go over the stewards and stuff after. Like I said, this is test race. It's not for points. Nothing. Ben Schooling is caught right up to Anti-Rasti now, all the back markers. And that BMW showing why it's so overpowered. Where's Colin? Where did he come out? He came out in 13th. He's got lots of breathing room though. He's got a 5-second gap to the car in front and a 3-second gap to the car behind, so he can just drive. They do have each car has to use two different tire compounds throughout the race. So if you're going to do 2 pit stops, you have to change your tires to a different tire compound on at least one of those pit stops. And it looks like Colin has opted to stay on the medium tires again, and he'll probably go to softs or hards on his next pit stop. Here we go. This is the battle for first. Schooling could have been just tire saving, and Anti-Rasti just pushing too hard is having some tire issues. Because Schooling has pulled that gap up to half a second. I wonder how it's going to be interesting to see how he comes out of turn 4 or 13. No, that Porsche is just having a little bit better exit at a turn 13 over the BMW, so Jonas Lagesson still in the battle with these two Ferraris. He's still sandwiched. Let's ride on board with these guys for a bit. Get rid of this for a second. Hear those downshifts in that Ferrari. Italian power. Porsche getting a little bit squirrely on exit. Oh, the Porsche sliding. Really had to check up. Good job from Michael Nizio there to keep his cool. The Porsche kept it going though. It wasn't too bad. Johan Carlson in that green and black Corvette is catching up to the Audi of Paolo Nucci. Paolo Nucci. I almost got the letters mixed up. So we're gonna have Jack Septiceye green versus Markiplier, or is it Markiplier red? Yeah, Markiplier's red. Coming down the hill, I'm just gonna stay on board with this battle for a little bit. I might have to go back up to Ben and Anti pretty soon here too, because they're starting to heat up again. Oh, Nikolai in the AMG is starting to catch up to Porsche. He's just howling down the straight. Porsche going a little bit wide, a little bit soon, losing lots of speed. Really missing his braking point. That's going to be an easy pass for Nikolai. Making quick work of Bertil there. Bertil probably on old tires, struggling for grip a little bit. Johan still keeping the same gap. Looks like Ben has gone to the pit lane, so he's opted to try to get the undercut on Anti here, who's all by himself. He has a 10-second gap to second place. Jackaboy with all the before he comes into the pits, he's up into P4 right now, and he's gained like a 2-second gap on Jordan behind him, so he's got lots of breathing room. Doesn't have too much to worry about yet. We got Nizio's caught up to his teammate. And those red and black Ferraris looking very mean. Colin catching up quick to Johan Carlson. He's got a 1.6 second gap now. He's really pulled in a good 2.5 seconds in the last few laps to Johan Carlson. So Colin making a push. And remember, a lot of these guys still have to pit. There is actually, we're going to do this. Positions gain. No, it's not going to show us number of stops. So we have a couple guys that have stopped twice, a couple guys that haven't stopped at all. There we go. Looks like a lot of the guys are on soft tires. Colin down to less than a second on this group in front of him. This is Johan Carlson in the black and green Corvette, and then Paolo Nucci in the red and black R8 there. There's going to be a three-way battle for 9th place, and Colin's already done a pit stop. These two guys have not pitted yet. Looks like Jackaboy's... Oh, look at all the cars come in for their pit stops. Holy... A whole swack of them. Where the heck did Colin go? There he is. Everybody pits and throws off my leaderboard. I can't find where everybody is now. All right. Looks like I'm gonna say that's almost the entire lobby has come in for their first pit stop, minus Anti-Rassi, Mata Andinka, Paolo Nucci, and Johan Carlson are the top 4 guys have not come in yet. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they all come out. I'm gonna keep my eye on Jackaboy, see where he comes out. Looks like he's coming out in... No, he's still dropping down. Yeah, he's still in the pits. He's taking lots of fuel. He probably did a short fuel stint for the first stint. He's going to try to do a long first stint, so we're going to see where he comes out. showing 14th, I think. So Jack is going to slot in behind that McLaren of Mirko Fortuna in 15th spot, 15th place. So really, I don't know if he had a bad in-lap or just a lot of fuel went into that car that he needed. Colin's got a good little fight on his hands with the black and green Corvette of Johan Carlson, who looks like he's coming in for a pit stop. So that's going to be an easy little bit for Colin, just to more fresh air for him to drive past. Antirassi finally coming in for his pit stop. Now, if Colin can stretch his fuel, if he can stretch his fuel to do a one-stop race, he has a very, very good shot of having a podium. So this Bentley is finally leading the race. And he's got... Who's he got behind him? Oh, he's got lap cars behind him. That's okay. The red and black Ferraris behind him are a lap down, so they are not a threat to him at all at the moment. Let's see, Colin fourth in the red with, or the black with red accent Porsche. That's actually kind of a cool livery. I didn't see that earlier. With Antirassi right behind him. I don't know if Antirassi did come in for a pit. Maybe he spun. I don't know. Let's see if it's gonna work and how many pit stops we all have. Because last time I put the pit stop number up, it didn't work properly. So let's see. Jackaboy, look at, he's hot on the heels of that McLaren, and he's got fresh tires compared to Mirko in front of him. So, and they're coming up to lap traffic. If that McLaren, oh, that was sketchy. That was good though. No, it didn't affect anybody. Andika into the pits. Jack is not letting this McLaren out of his sights. And that McLaren, I think he's on like 4 laps older tires than Jack is. All right, Paolo Nucci's coming in, and Nikolai have come in for their pit stops now. Colin Standards has stopped once. Andrea Zampini has not stopped. Antirassi didn't stop. He must have had a little bit of a mishap early on, or a couple laps ago. Because when he went into the pits, he came out, like, when I thought he went in, he was back out in 7th place, so that's why I was unsure. Yeah, so Mirko has not pitted. The guy that's in front of Jack has not done his pit stop yet. So it looks like he's going to go for a long first stint and then do a short second stint, or 2 short second stints. Colin's up here in the lead. He's got a 20-second gap to Andrea Zampini, who apparently has not done a pit stop yet, and neither has Antirassi. So Colin just out for a leisurely Tuesday drive in that Corvette, making it look very nice. Let's go back on board Jackaboy here. Jackaboy's just got to be patient. Oh, Colin fourth has a penalty. Lots of penalties today. Oh, excuse me. Is that Michael Nizio? It is Michael Nizio right behind him. 3-way battle for 9th place. I can hear Jackaboy cursing out everybody on the track. Michael Nizio also, I do believe he's also on fresher tires. Mirko's just on dead tires. I don't know why he has not come into the pit yet. I think he's trying to stretch his fuel to do a one-stop race, because he's been on the same tank of gas for 40 minutes-ish. Oh, Antirassi's caught up. Oh, no, it's just the timing is all screwed up. Go back on board, Jack. Jack's just got to keep his cool. He's doing good. See if there's any other fights. So Nikolai is about a second behind Paolo Nucci. So he's basically come out in the same place. They both came out in the same place they were. Same gap anyway. And other than that, there's literally no other battles going on. Oh, no, that's not a battle. That's a... The two red and black Corvettes have got Mirko and Jack in a little bit of a Ferrari, sorry, they've got him in a Ferrari sandwich here. Jack is doing his dangdest to hang on. He's doing a good job though. He has to keep his cool and not push so hard, and he'll be fine. He wants to keep his tires. Just bide his time. This Mirko guy is gonna make a mistake at some point. Let's see here. Michael Brooks is starting to catch up to Dennis Van de Ven in that BMW. Two stock livery cars, Ferrari and BMW. Colin still, so he's got a 17-second gap, so he might be doing a little bit of fuel saving, just because that gap has come down about 3 seconds in the last 2 or 3 laps. So he might be doing a little bit of fuel saving to try to make this a one-stop race. So we'll see. He did pit pretty early. He did pit about 25 minutes into the race, so he might still have to pit again for a quick splash and dash, but we'll see what happens. Go back on board with this battle here. That McLaren get all kinds of sideways. Yeah, late. Oh yeah, Jack pointing the nose up there, making that McLaren make mistakes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just make him make a mistake. He's still there. Get the cut back. Yeah, there. Oh, he got a little bit squirrely in front of Jack. Yeah, Jack's just got to stay patient. He's making the McLaren make all kinds of mistakes. Jack just has to stay patient. He's gonna make a really big one pretty soon here. Anybody that watches GT racing and watch a battle for this long, the attacking driver is under so much pressure to not make a mistake, especially when it's for a top 10 finish. That attacking driver is going to make a mistake first. The defending driver just has to keep in the mirrors. Outbreaks him. That should be an easy pass. Yeah, well done. That was a very nice pass. Just got to bide your time and make them make a mistake. So now it looks like Jack does definitely have the pace on Mirko. He's just got to put his head down now and just focus. It's only a 5-second gap to Michael in front of him. So, in fact, these guys are in a nice little battle. Let's go on board and watch these guys. Jack's already pulled out a 7/10 gap to Mirko behind him. So, we're going to hop on board with Michael Nizio here. Oh, something's happened to Colin, I think. Oh, no, it's just my timing's all screwed up. Michael Nizio is trying to make this BMW. Yeah. BMW does the smart thing, parks that car right on the apex, make it as, like we like to say, make your car as fat as possible. Don't let anybody pass you. Listen to the gear shifts. Some good battles going on in this race. I really like to see the battles. Makes racing a lot more fun. So if this Ferrari just stays in that slipstream, lifting a little bit to keep behind him. He wants the slipstream down the straight to get a better... He's forced him to the outside. It's going to be interesting. That Ferrari with all kinds of braking power going into that first corner. Holy! They're still side by side though. And he pulls out, just makes it work. He really carried a lot of speed into that first turn. That was a really nice move by Michael Nizio. Yeah, Jack has now pulled out a 1.5-second gap to Mirko behind him. Jordan Schwartz losing a little bit of time. Oh, looks like we got another battle. Jonas and Nikolai here. The red and black Porsche. Is that Massimo Sorelli? No, that's not. Oh, maybe it is. Nope, it's not. Okay. Two different. That was a lapped car. Jonas lost a little bit of time. Any other battles going on? Yeah, it looks like Colin's definitely got to be fuel saving. He that gap is down to a 14-second gap now, so I'm gonna almost guarantee that Colin is fuel saving to make sure he can make it a one-stop race. Jacoboy's pulled that gap down to 1 second to Jordan Schwartz in front of him. He's pushing hard. And he's pulled out a 2-second gap to Merkel behind him, so all Jack's got to do is just keep his head about him, and he'll make this pass no problem. Just do what he did with Merkel, just keeping his mirrors. If you're not used to being pressured from behind while racing, it can be a very, very difficult position to be in. A lot of people spend a lot of time focusing on their mirror instead of just focus on what's in front of them, and that's usually what causes them to make a little bit of a mistake. So if Jack can keep in this guy's mirrors. Is my timing botched again? Oh, Colin's in the pit lane, so he's come in for his second pit. Jack's right there with Jordan. I'll be keeping my eye on Colin to see where he comes out in the pits. I'm pretty sure everybody else is going to have to make a second pit stop. Jack, just get a good exit out of turn 13. It'll set you up good for turn 14, and then you just oh! Well, that was unlucky for Jordan, but that worked out very well for Jacoboy. Although it let Mirko catch right back up. I'm going to say I think Jack's got a little bit of damage. Colin's coming out. He looks like he's going to come out in 12th or 11th. Oh yeah, don't go over the timing line. You don't want to do that. Colin comes out in 11th place. That's a back marker, yep. So Colin comes out in 11th. Jack got to get past Mirko again after all that. That's unfortunate. That back marker really screwing things up for him. And where did freaking Jordan's all the way back in P19 now after that. Jordan going in the pits, he obviously had lots of damage, had to go in and fix it. No battles up front. The gaps up front are pretty big. 4 seconds or 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Oh, nope, my timing's getting all screwed up again. Every once in a while it's just like, no, I'm gonna say that you're like 10 or 2/10 apart instead of 8 seconds apart. Jordan Schwartz got a penalty. Oh, it must have been him that took out that back marker. That's unfortunate. That's okay. Jack just got to put his head down. Colin has a 7-second gap to the guys in front of him, or to 10th place in front of him, Camille. But like I said, I think everybody's got to do a second pit stop. Unless they were really fuel saving early on, I'm not sure. And I don't know, Jack might have a little bit of damage. It did look like he hit Jordan just a little bit. Everybody's super spread out now. We're going to have to wait for more pit strategy, for more pitting to come in. Oh, Jordan Schwartz, even though he's got a penalty, he's got a good battle with Jos van der Sturen. They got a good little battle going on here, and Jordan with a fresh car is going to have a little more grip than Jos is. So and it's BMW after BMW, and then a BMW in front of them. Oh, gotta come in and do his, sort out his penalty. That's unfortunate for Jordan. Jack's still doing good. He's still holding strong on the back of Mirko Fortuna there in that McLaren. That little bit of a blunder from Jordan. I don't know what happened, but it looked like he took out the back marker. I don't know if if the back marker was being unpredictable or what. But Jacoboy did gain a place from it. He just lost another place. So he basically just stayed where he was, which is fine because he's still on the ass end of this this McLaren here in front of him. So and we're in the last 23 minutes of this race. This is going to come down to pit strategy at the end, I think. Colin trying to set the fastest. He set the fastest third sector. Colin's might try to push for fastest lap here too. Not that it matters because it's just a test race. No points are given out. So everybody's just racing to feel everybody out. Colin has pulled that gap from 7 seconds down to 2 seconds in about 2.5, 3 laps. And Colin's got a back marker in front of him, so this that BMW in front of Colin needs to get out of his way. Colin's not fighting with the BMW. He's fighting with the Ferrari just ahead of the BMW. So another penalty coming out. I don't know if it's speeding in the pit lane or if it's cutting the track. You're only allowed to cut the track 5 times before you get a penalty. Okay, this BMW needs to get out of the way. He's under blue flag. He needs to move. Yeah, and that's a good corner to... Oh, and then he hits Colin? Seriously? That BMW gave Colin... I don't know if you saw Colin's or our viewpoint on Colin's nose cam get a little bit squirrely, but definitely got tapped by that BMW. Alright, Jacoboy, just stay calm. You're still on the butt end of that McLaren, like... And I think they're both going to have to make another pit stop. I think Jack's going to have to make another pit stop. But he's doing good. He's holding on strong. Oh, Mada Adinka in that all-black Bentley. The only Bentley on the track is now on the butt end of Dennis Van de Ven. Let's see if he can make the move into turn 1. He's got the inside line. Doesn't quite. Oh, it's going to be close. A little bit of door banging. That's okay. Makes it stick. Does a nice pass. See, like I said, turn 1 is going to be where all the passes are going to be made. And what is happening? All the passes are being made in turn 1. So that's going to put Mada Adinka up into P... Dennis getting a little bit squirrely. It's going to put Mada Adinka up into P5. But like I said, still going to be more pit strategies coming in. Jacoboy going into the pits. Like I said, going to make his last pit stop. Going to be probably a splash and dash on fuel. Change all 4 tires to a new compound probably, and then a splash and dash in fuel just to get them around the last 20 minutes. We're averaging a minute 35 lap time, minute 34, minute 35 lap time, so probably going to do about 12 to 15 more laps. Calling up into P9, and like I said, all these guys in front of him still are going to have to make a second pit stop. Maybe. It's going to depend on how their fuel saving is gone. And, yep, there comes... Nope. It's showing people are in the pits and they're not actually in the pits. Don't worry, the live timing is wrong. Don't worry about the live timing, it's wrong. Because Sculian's not in the pits, we just rode on board with him. This is Sculian, he's not in the pits. In that BMW. Where's Jackaboy gonna come out? Hi, Jack came out in 6th and 17th. But like I said, pit strategy is gonna be a thing now. I'm just checking to see if there's any other close battles here. Paolo Nucci has got to get around. Nope. This is a three-way battle. Paolo Nucci's caught in between a Porsche and a BMW. Let's go on board with Denis Lysenko. I don't think that BMW's close enough. Looks like he got a decent run out of the corner. Is he? Oh, he's gonna try it. Nope. Just breaking the toe so he can brake at the same time he normally does. Yeah. Yeah, Colin is starting to gain game positions from people going to the pits and stuff. So. Yeah, it says Jack is still in pit lane. Don't worry about that. Yeah, Zampini's in the pits now. And Tyrassi's still out on track. Sculian's still out on track. Brooks is in pits as well. Oh, they shared a pit stall? Oh, that sucks. Andrea Zampini had somebody stuck in his pit or in his pit stall. That's no good. Michael Nizio coming in for his pit stop. So Colin's going to gain a few places just from as he comes around this corner. He should gain at least two spots because of people in their pit stalls. Jackaboy's up in the P16 now. 5.5 second gap to P15. Colin is up into 6th. Zampini just came out in front of Colin. He just did a splash and dash. Didn't even change the tires. And then the other top 4 guys, I'm going to assume, have to pit. So Colin's got a nice little battle in his hands. Oh, a little bit of a bobble. That's okay. Side by side, coming to the long downhill right-hander. Well done, Colin. Nice pass. It's going to put Colin up into P5. Now he's got a 25-second gap to make up, so he's got to just push. Obviously, Andrea Zampini on cold tires. Just come into the pits. They did cool down while he was stopped, so that's definitely going to be something for Colin to really thank. Jack is up into P14 with all the extra pit stops in front of him. He's getting, he's a back marker now, so, but Colin's doing good. He's got Andrea Zampini hot on his heels still. Denis Lysenko in that BMW is catching up to Jonas Lagesson in the, Porsche. Colin caught a back marker in a good spot on the straight. Makes for a nice easy pass. He's got another back marker right in front of him though. And he's going to catch him at a really crappy point. Unless that back marker is smart and goes up and takes the high line coming into this corner. No, Colin's not close enough. This has got to be the worst place to catch a back marker. Is in this section right here. It's such a bad place to catch a back marker. Guy lets him by though. Well done. Very well done. Let's go on board with Michael Nizio here. He's catching up to that red and black R8 of Paolo Nucci. that Italian power. Oh, Jack's caught up to Dennis. This is for P14. Dennis Van de Ven in that BMW right in front of him. As we all know, that BMW is a little bit overpowered compared to the rest of these cars. But everybody proven that they aren't the best car for this track. Just keep my eye on Colin. He's gained about 1.5 seconds in a lap or two on 4th place here. And the top 4 are probably going to pit again at the 10-minute. I'm going to assume they're going to pit at like the 10-minute mark. Unless they're really going to fuel save and really push their cars to the limit on fuel. Let's go on board Nizio. He's caught right up to the back end of Paolo here. Coming into the tricky section. Sector 2. Around turn 2. Into the bank corner of turn 3. All the sparks coming off as they bottom out that front corner. See the drivatars in the car lean with the car. If he can stick with them, I think he's going to try to make the move into turn 1. Or turn 11. This is turn 10. We're just coming through now. No, he's not close enough to make a move into turn 11. If he can get a good exit at turn 13, he'll have a wicked opportunity to make a pass going into turn 1, where we've seen all the passes so far. All right, here we go. Go on the inside. The drag race to turn 1. I think he's going to make this no problem. I think he had enough of a draft and a very good exit at turn 13. Very easy pass for Michael Nizio to make a P10 for him. Colin is actually on a tear. He's taken another, if my timing can sort itself out. He's taken another like 2 seconds out of his gap to Andika there in the Bentley. So Colin pushing like a madman. Jonas Logston? Nope. Timing charts all bug-eyed again. Everybody's too spread out. There's not really any battles going on now. Everybody's kind of just in their own little no man's land. Actually, Jordan Schwartz has got a nice little battle going on with Colin 4th. Both of them having got penalties early on in the race. Okay, let's see what the BMW can do on that Porsche. Didn't really use the draft around that corner. Maybe he feels he's got the top end. They're pretty even speed down the straight. He's going to dive bomb it. This is going to be close, that Porsche. Yeah, he's got stuck on the curb. That's going to hurt his exit. Yeah. Should have used the draft a little bit more and not taken so much curb into T1. The Porsche missing his brake and pulling all out of sorts. George Schwartz getting that pass done with Colin 4th just getting a little bit out of sorts there. Colin now down to an 18-second gap. Last 10 minutes of the race. Like I said, we might see the likes of Anti-Rassi, Ben Sculian, Michael Brooks, and Mada Adinka come into the pits. I know on the timing chart it says Schoolin's been in the pits for 33 minutes. Yeah, he hasn't been in the pits for 33 minutes. Oh, we've had another DNF. That's not bad. 29 guys in an hour, just over an hour. We've only had 3. Oh, that BMW getting all sorts behind Jack. That is just that's a back marker, so Jack doesn't need to worry too much. I guess he should worry about them kind of causing an issue and taking them out. But for the most part, the back markers have been okay, I think. We're getting some more. Why are we getting so many drop frames? What the heck is going on here? I got some major frame drop. Why is it so laggy? What the heck is going on? Alrighty. Colin's still pushing. Oh, yeah, they're in the pit. See, told you. Antirasi, Ben Schoolian, Michael Brooks have all come into the pits. Mada Dinka has stayed out. Let's see where Colin's going to come out here. It's going to be close. There's Michael Brooks right there. Colin's going to have a fight on his hands. So Michael came out in 5th, so he only lost 2 spots, and Colin only gained 1. The other guy's just, like I said, just going to be a splash and dash, because there's not. If you change your tires early on to the hards, you don't have to worry too much. Oh, another penalty for Jonas Lagesson. Everybody is spread out so far. There's so many people. They're so spread out. The closest gap is like 2 seconds. And it's between Michael and Colin. Patrick Swayze will pass it along, my man. Jack's doing good. He's had a couple issues with back markers and slower drivers in front of him, but he's doing good. I think that is Bertil Wallen. He's actually catching up to one of the Porsches here, Bertil Wallen, who I think drove a Bentley last season, but I'm not sure. I can't remember what he drove. But Jack's showing good pace. Colin is pushing so hard. That gap is 12 seconds to 3rd place. I don't think he's going to have the time to catch up. But Jack's doing good. Just got to keep the pressure on and Keep your head down and stay focused, and everything will be totally fine. Oh shit. Michael Brooks has got Colin in his sights. He can actually see him just up the road now. He's going to be on those fresher tires compared to Colin. Well, maybe not. Depends if he changed tires. I don't think he did, with how fast his pit stop was. Like I said earlier, Michael Brooks being one of the organizers of the Sim Racing Mania Gt3 series, so shout out to him. Puts a lot of work into this so these guys can race. And so I can stream the race for you guys. And then he races also, so hey. I wonder if he's going to run the same livery he had last year on a different car, because that'll be funny. Jack's caught up now. He's less than a second gap to Bert Dillwallen in front of him. And Van de Ven has come into the pits. Oh, no, he didn't. Why did my thing say who came into the pits? Oh, Dennis Lysenko came into the pits. Jack, is he going to gain that spot? Yep. Passes. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, that was close on the exit. Yep, he got the pass made on Lysenko. Yeah, he's got the pass made. Jack's in a very hard place to be now. He's got to attack and defend. Sometimes not the best place to be. Jack's just got to keep his cool. That's a really stupid place to send it. That wasn't going to work in a million years. I don't know why he tried that. He's getting desperate. There's only about 2 laps left. He's getting desperate. Jack's doing good. Let's go on board, Jack. Just see what happens coming into this corner here. That BMW, yeah. BMW is a madman. I don't know why you would send it there. It's just a test race. You don't want to do anything stupid. Colin still has, he's still 11-second gap, but he has pulled a lot of time on Anti-Rasti's caught up to Mania Gt3 like really quickly here. This is the battle for P1. They're going to get 2 more laps in. As he crosses the timing line, it's going to be close. It's going to be very, very, very close. He crossed the start-finish line like right at the minute 34, minute 35 mark. So it's going to be very close to if they get another lap. Let's go back with Jackaboy here in this 3-way battle. I'm going to keep my eye on Anti-Rasti up front and see if when he starts to pull in that gap. This BMW is just sending it everywhere. Like, it's a test race, dude. It's not giving you points. It's just... Maybe he's trying to show off how good the BMW is? I have no idea. I have a feeling he's going to kill somebody pretty soon here. Jack better under the brakes. Oh, the Porsche getting all kinds out of sorts. Jack's just got to stay in the slipstream. The BMWs that are going to make a move. Whoa! Why is there a McLaren stopped on the side of the road? That was dangerous. Oh, here we go. Jack full sending it. And he makes the pass and he's parks it on the apex. That was a very nice move. Holy Jack, that was a very nice move. Now he's just got to remember the way this BMW has been driving. We are getting 1 more lap. By the way this BMW drives, we just got to remember that he might send it in the stupidest place. I don't know what happened to Bertil's. Just gone. He just disappeared. Like, he's not even in the picture anymore. Yep. Like I said, that BMW is just gonna send it. Like, why are you sending it in stupid places? He's gonna try to cut back. Jack's just gonna park on the apex. Yeah, very smart by Jack. Force him. Yeah, there you go. Attaboy. He's gonna get one more lap though. Jack's got to keep this up for one more lap. It was a very good battle. Yeah, I think he's pulled enough of a gap that BMW's not going to be able to go for a move, I don't think. Yeah, he's too far back. Yeah, one more lap. I just heard Jack go, oh god, I don't think I can do this for one more lap. I think he's got it. Jack's got this, no problem. Anti-Rassi actually makes the pass in the last corner to come in first place. And Mada coming in second, Ben Schooling coming in third, and here comes Colin in fourth place. Right at the end. Alright, let's hop back on board with this battle. Jack's got to remember the BMW behind him's got dirty air. His tires are going to get way too hot because of the dirty air. If Jack just keeps his cool and just parks the car in the apex, I think Jack will have this P11 locked up pretty tight. Now he's got to remember, this guy likes to send it here in this corner. Jack doing the right thing, covering off the inside line. Yep. If Jack can have a better exit at turn 3 like he did last lap, ain't no way that BMW getting past him. It's all in turn 13. It's going to be super close. But I think Jack's got it. I don't think... Nope, he can't catch him. Well raced by Jackaboy. Very well raced by Jackaboy. That was actually very, very, very well raced. Very, very well raced. And then Jack and Colin I think they're gonna do just a little cool down lap together, I think. But that was really well raced. Colin and Jack both having some very, very good battles. It was yeah, Colin and Jack are talking right now. They're having a little meeting. Let me just zoom, not that button, this button. Get both cars in there. That was absolutely amazing to watch. Very, very good race from both of them. Colin with a P4 and Jack with a solid P11. Well, that's it for the test race, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed it. It was awesome to watch. Lots of battles to watch between everybody. It was super fun. Zandvoort, very, very good track. Very, very quick track. There's your layout. I'll let you guys see a quick layout of what it actually looks like. Always offers up some of the best close battles and stuff. So very good job to Jack and to Colin. Congrats to both of them. Congrats to Anti-Rassi for making that pass at the end. Everybody else, dude, the races were phenomenal from all the guys that were racing. That's gonna be it from us. Shout out to our sponsor at Hotel Blackfoot, just up the road from us, like literally 5 minutes up the road, not even. Shout out to them for sponsoring the cars. sponsoring the stream, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys in the next race. It'll be Laguna Seca. I think we're streaming it, and let me just check the calendar here. The calendar. Let me check the calendar. Let me check the calendar. 27th. So next Tuesday. Oh no, 20th. Next Tuesday is Laguna Seca. So I don't know if the guys are going to be racing in it or not. I know Colin's going to race it. I don't know if Jack is going to. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming it either. But we'll see you guys in the next race. I think we want to stream Le Mans because Le Mans is awesome to watch and awesome to race at. So we want to stream that one, and that'll be in 2 weeks' time. But yes, Howard has just showed up. My crew. What did we call you last season? My right-hand man? I don't know what the heck we're going to call him. The other guy here. Thank you from him for watching, guys. Thank you to Hotel Blackfoot from him. His voice is really, really hoarse today, so he doesn't want to get on and sound like a goofball. So thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you maybe next week. We'll see you on the 27th for sure, because we do want to stream that race, because it's going to be awesome. It's Le Mans. It's a classic track. Everybody loves it. But until then, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks for sure. Maybe next week. I'm going to put up things on our YouTube channel just so you guys know when we're going to go live. And yeah, we'll see you then. James, get your butt to work, you slacker.